All right, brilliant stuff.
Okay.
Thank you to everyone for joining us on the next link. Hopefully, Jitsi should not cut us off in any way. If it does happen, I will, of course, just reinitiate the link. So do be just patient for that 30 or so seconds. So that then takes us over to the next part of our session, which is, of course, the workshop. So we're going to be looking at some practical aspects in QGIS, and I'm
Yeah.
excited to see.
Thank you. Welcome everyone once more. And if you would like to follow, as I've said earlier, but I will repeat once again on this. I will share my screen just for a second. Okay, hope that you can see. On this website, we can, down here under presentations, you can find the link for the data, and you can do this at home later, or if you are able, you can follow in parallel with us.
Perfect.
So I will close presentation, start QGIS. I will be using QGIS 3.40 LTR. I have updated it to latest sub version, so 3.40.9, and there are some bugs still present, but we will work some specific steps to avoid the bugs, and some bugs have been fixed in the meantime, but they are not backported yet to LTR version. So can you please confirm that you see my
Yes, I can confirm. I can see
my
your
desktop? Okay.
the desktop. Yes.
So when you extract the zip file that I sent you, you will get presentation, and you will get one geopackage file. This geopackage file contains project and all the data needed for this workshop. So first step is to drag and drop this geopackage file into QGIS and open the project that I have prepared. By default, it will open an empty project without any data, and that is nothing wrong with it. It is how it's planned. And if you do not have open processing toolbox, please open it either by clicking here on this button, or by opening from menu processing toolbox. At the bottom, if you opened up my project, you will see project models, and here are models that I have prepared that we will use to do our work. So first step is to prepare QGIS coordinate system. And then you open this model. This model doesn't have any processing in it, but is kind of a help file. We have just info statement. Welcome to the workshop. Follow instructions in help. First, we need to prepare QGIS and add some additional map projections to QGIS. There are conic projections and cylindric projections, which we will use today. And the first one is the Lambert conformal conic. I created a link. You can open a link. It will open a Proj website about this projection and how it is defined with the Proj string. And I have also already prepared the Proj strings here, so you don't have to go open, but you can investigate if needed. Other examples of conic projections are just here below. You can also use these ones if you would like, but for the workshop I will use these two. And for cylindric projections, we will use Mercator projection. Here is also explanation. definition, and it is already included in QGIS by the code S354004. And other examples that you can use to create this kind of maps, but are not obligatory for workshop, is Lambert equal area, Behrman, or Gall-Peters. So first thing is to select this text and copy it. Then go to settings and custom projections. And now we would like to add them to QGIS. Press the plus button, select format to proj string, and paste data. I will cut the name of the projection and put it here under name. This comment will delete. And the second definition, I will cut it. So there we are left only with the proj definition. We can press validate to check if everything is okay, and then press plus to add another one. Again, we need to change format to proj string, and I will do the same thing. Remove the comment and leave the proj string. Okay, we have now added two custom coordinate reference systems. Press OK button. And this is the first bug that we encountered. This one has been fixed, but it's unfortunately not yet fixed in the LTR version. The thing is that QGIS duplicates definitions, but it's not much of a problem. We will just remove manually duplications. So we are now left with LCC North and LCC South. Okay. And we can continue to the next step. The next step is to prepare QGIS map view. So again, we have message on the left side. We need to set up initial view, follow instructions in help. From the view, choose new map view. So some advanced users already know that we can use two map views inside same projects. But for someone, this might be a new thing. So we need to set up view settings, and we will change map CRS and search for 54004 to set it the world Mercator. Okay, now we have additional window, and this point that you can see in the middle is actually a mouse pointer from your main window, but only shown in different projection. So now, instead of telling us that name is map 1, we can rename it and call it Mercator. And additional thing that we can do is that we can enable show main canvas extent inside this map view. What this does, when we zoom in or out on our main view, I'm now zooming in and out, and you can see the frame of our viewport. If I put it down there, then we can see that frame is much more horizontal. So this way we can see what's going on in different projections while working in some our projections that we choose. So first thing we will do, we will create cylindrical projection with Greenwich as central meridian. So the first thing is to check project's coordinate system, because we have done some things with projections. You can run the step 1. We need to check if the main map CRS is set to 4326. We can press run. Model will check if the project CRS is set to 4326 and give us a result message is set. You can continue to step 2. Okay, great. Next thing is to load world layer. We need to load the world map layer as a background for start. And this is almost the same as the the same data set that comes with pre-installed with QGIS, only it is loaded from this geopackage file, and it has I have deleted some metadata to get smaller file size. So, but why did I did through the model and not through the
Easter egg.
Easter egg? Yeah, because I set up custom name of the layer, so that this name of layer is later defined in other models and calling exactly this layer. So the next thing is that we need to prepare data for cylindric projection print. We can run this model and press play. Of course, you can edit model if you are advanced user. I did some comments here explaining what every step does. I will not go through all the steps now because it would take too much time, but you can explore yourself at home. So the end result is that we got two new layers under the cylindric map group, layer group. First one is graticules. It is the graticules of Earth in latitude, longitude. And the second is the one rectangle that is representing world frame background. So one specific thing in QGIS is, if we zoom here in Antarctica, you can see that is our data set is slightly cut off. It is not present until the end of until the 90 degrees, until the end of the world, let's say. That is the reason is because QGIS has some problems when data is going across the anti-meridian location or below. So they cut this data set to avoid these problems when reprojecting data. That is, then we need to continue to next step, adjust style and prepare for print. Again, once again, we need to follow instructions in help. First thing is to sort layers in order. Cylindric, that is the group that we have. Then we have graticules, and then we have world countries and world frame background. So we must push up world countries above world frame background. Next thing, we will add a custom map theme for print layout that we will need later. So go here to this icon and add a new theme. I will call it world. Then the next thing is to create a new print layout. We will go to print layout, set up some things, then we will come back to process more data. So we are going to new print layout. I will give it a name, Mercator. Okay. Push this to the side a little bit, so we can follow instructions. It would be much nicer if you have two screens. Okay, by default we have an A4 paper. If we left click on paper, we can see its size. You can change it, of course, by your wishes. And we need to add a map, obviously. And I like to, first thing, to change position and size and change ID. So we can change the ID up here, setting this viewport name to Mercator, or you can do this in the item properties under item ID. It is the same thing. Okay, next thing, I would like to change position and size, put it really nicely 10 millimeters from upper corner, and with the width set to 1 centimeter from the right side and from the bottom also. So we have a really nice frame around the paper. You can adjust it by your wishes, but that's how I start usually. And then we need to set the, we need to select map view, and then we can set its CRS to World Mercator. So now we can see that image has been updated. And the next thing that we need also to adjust is to follow map theme that we have set to enable all 3 layers. So if we change the layers in our main window, this map view stays the same. Okay, now the next thing, we would like to adjust the scale of this map so that we can get entire map from top to bottom and left to right to fulfill our map view. And in this kind of projections, it is not so easy sometimes. We can also, of course, use move content and zoom with mouse, but it's really hard to get exactly what we need. But we are lucky because QGIS gives us an option to program this kind of extents and to each variable to program and fulfill with a formula. So I have prepared formula here in the view. We need to copy it, go back, and for X minimum, we will go to edit, paste an expression, and here I have prepared the version we will use. We have seen that Mercator projections goes indefinitely south-north direction, so I limited it to 86 degrees upper and 86 degrees lower. You can change it by your preference, but how you would like it on your preference. So we have this expression, then we press OK, and we can see that left side is aligned now. We can do the same with the Y min coordinate. Now we have from 86 degrees up and down. We also need to do it for X max coordinate. And Y max. So now it's nicely aligned from 86 to 86. Oops, sorry. From 86 to 86 degrees north and south, and from left to right, it fulfilled as much as it could, because we have this A4 paper aligned horizontally. So now, when we have this defined by formulas, if we change the map view, it will always fulfill maximum size. Okay. Now that we have prepared this, I will save it. These are the formulas for others, but it is the same formula on only this component changes, so I did it. And the last step is to make a map a little bit prettier. So we need to go back to the main map and open layer styling panel. Okay. And I have also predefined some styles. So we should choose graticules and choose the map style to graticules. We can see immediately change on the map. Second step is to choose the world countries layer and set the style to other countries. And the third thing is to choose the world frame background and set the project style to C. So now we have the background really nice in blue color, like the sea. World is in green and the graticules are gray. If we come back to the our layout. We just need to press refresh and we will get really nice map over here. So the next step is that we need to go back to the layout. And here we are missing one thing, and that is we have now mapped our Earth to our map projections defined in Mercator projection. But if we would like to cut it around and glue it into the shape of cylinder, we need one more thing. For this thing, we will go to add node item and add polyline. Click at the bottom, then click another line here, and sorry, QGIS sometimes stops drawing. If you move, we should also bug fix this. Oh, okay. And you can you can press the Shift key on your keyboard to get straight line, straight vertical line. Okay, and now I will close the line here. Next thing is I will change the design of the line and choose again predefined style called cutting line. Here I created my own marker and changed it to look like scissors. So I believe that all of you now understand what I've meant. We can now print this out. I like to use it, print it as vector, and I will disable to simplify geometries. And now I got a really nice Mercator projection on paper. So now the next thing, let me go back here, is to print this. Print this out, cut it out round with scissors, and then we can form a cylinder and glue it together on the straight line. And that's how we can explain what cylindric projections are. It is a projection that can be folded into a cylinder. We can do the same thing with different type of cylindric projections. I have here Gall-Peters projection, and then we can compare them and teach children and so on. I think it's really nice. I have added for my own design this QGIS No Shopping and design Sweden to have Swedish flag, and this was what we presented at conference. So now we will continue to work on some conical projections. So are there any questions maybe before we continue?
So far, there are no questions, just a couple of people also saying where they're joining in from Papua New Guinea. Hi there, Moses, and Milenko. It's very nice to have you both with us. And I think this is so cool. I really like the like interactive aspect of it. We do some training at a high school level on GIS, and this would be such a fantastic exercise for matric level students, as well as I think a lot of students trying to understand projections because they can be confusing. So great. I'm going to try this one, and I'll put it on the QGIS Facebook page with my little picture.
Really nice.
Try it out. Please put your pictures on social media. I'd love to see them.
And the possibilities of QGIS, of course, are amazing, and this also works with rasters. You can upload raster, it will reproject really nicely. QGIS doesn't have so many problems with rasters as it does with some vectors, but we will work on it. So, okay, we can continue.
Brilliant.
To conical projection. I will share my screen again just to make sure. Okay, can you see my screen?
It's coming through. Yeah.
Okay, now we're done with the cylindrical part. We will now continue with conic projection. And we will once again use the central meridian, Greenwich central meridian, just like that is most used case. And one thing I wanted to just to show you before we continue, I remember this. If you zoom out on the Mercator view, you see that Antarctica is not reprojecting indefinitely, and that is why I showed you this cutoff. So that's why it's not dragged down indefinitely. Okay, and one other thing, if we zoom in now, as you zoom in and out on the upper view, you can see the frame here where you are moving, and this is really nice. And in terms of teaching projections, you can work with this. Okay, I will not close it. Unfortunately, QGIS, as I know, doesn't have an option to save this map view, so I will just push it down. We don't need it, but let it stay open. If we save the project, I believe that will be reopened next time. So first, before we continue on the conical projections, we need to check the project's coordinate reference system. Again, for the start, we need to be in CRS 4326. We will run this model, and project CRS is set to 4326. You can continue to step 2. Now we need to load world layer. This step will do nothing actually, because the world countries is already loaded, but it is here because if you don't want to create cylindrical, if you go just step to do conic projection, then you need to run this step again. But if you run it, nothing will happen because layer is already loaded. Next step is that we need prepare countries and background for North Hemisphere. First, we need to select world countries and then press run. As an output, we got 2 reddish layers on my computer. Let's go through them. One is the countries on the North Hemisphere. I have cutted them off at equator parallel, at the equator. So we have only the north side of the Earth. And the second layer is the background that we will use as sea color, as blue color later on. One more thing that model did is I will delete the results and run the model again. Okay, now I can view output layer that I did not export out. The first layer that we created is the bounding box of the northern part of the world, but this bounding box obviously has 4 points in corners. And after I did densification of this north box to get many points along this. And this is very important when reprojecting to another projections, to have many points to get nice output, because QGIS usually takes out first point and last point, and then it reprojects it to another projection, which means that if in another projection this graphic should be a curve, then it also stays aligned, and that is not a good result. Then I used this densified frame and clipped the world countries, so I got additional points, as we can see here. At every, I believe that I used every 5 degrees in latitude, longitude, yeah, degrees. So it will also break this line into a nice curve when we will get conical projection. Okay. Next step, I will deselect everything. Next step is to prepare graticules for North Hemisphere. And it ends up in North Hemisphere group. We can see graticules, and we can see another layer that is called cutting line. We will see what this is. This will be actually the thing that we have just recently draw in the layout. And that is all the data that we need for the north part of the world. And then we will repeat the steps for the southern part, world countries, and graticules and cutting line. The last step is to prepare everything for printing. So we can first open up two new map views. First map view, we will change the map CRS to our new custom projection. It is at the bottom of the list under user defined. We can use LCC North, or you can search here. Okay, then we will change the name. And the last step is to show main canvas, which can be useful for us. Now we can put it below, and we will do the same thing for the southern part of the world on the second view. LCC South, show main canvas, and rename. Okay. Now we can have two new views, and if we move around the main map, we can see how our bounding box looks in this different projection. And this is really cool. We have also, you can also see the map pointer, but it is very small. I don't know if it can be changed, but this would be a nice addition to make it a little bit larger. Okay, on the southern part of the world, we are currently seeing north part outside, and that's because I've disabled the layers. If I change the layer, now we can see the southern part of the world. If I enable entire world layer, then we can see how it looks in the LCC South projection and the LCC North projection. Antarctica goes out. That's really nice to play with. So the next step is to add two new themes for the layouts. So enable only North layers and create a new theme. I will call it North. And additionally, new theme, I will call South. Now, just as like layout, with these views, you can also change the view and choose only appropriate one. So you can view this a little bit better. Okay, now we shall continue. We need to create a new print layout. I will call it Lambert. Again, the same procedure as before. We will add a new map view. Follow map theme, north, choose projection, LCC north, position and size 10, 10, 277 and 190. So that's nice. And to change the ID, north. Okay, now I will add one more page. And I will copy this to save time, align it nicely, and I will change its ID to south, follow map theme south, and change the projection to LCC south. Okay, really nice. Now, just like with the Mercator projection, we need to align bounding box extents so to fit map nicely. And again, we will use formula for the northern side. This time we are not transforming rectangle because the base of a map is not a rectangle, but this, how is it called? Compass shape or something like that in English. We are using the cutting line for North Hemisphere layer, and we are transforming this geometry and then taking its X minimum from the North Hemisphere layer. This is the name of the layer in QGIS here. This is the one, because that one, that layer is the one that expands mostly to the left and the right and the top and the bottom. That's why I took this layer. I will repeat for the Y coordinate. Okay, here now we have really nicely put the projection to its max zoom. And if we change the zoom, map will always be visible in its full dimension. Okay, really nice. Now we need to repeat everything for southern part. We just need to change the layer from the North Hemisphere, and a layer is there called South Hemisphere. And I will copy everything. Okay, now we have really nicely aligned. Call it Lambert. And if you remember, the last thing was to make a map a little bit prettier. So we will open the layer styling and set up colors for layer. So for graticules, I will choose graticules. We can view what's going on right here. For cutting line, I will choose cutting line. For countries, I will choose other countries. And for background, I will choose the sea. And that's it. You can see here that we got a really nice map with the cutting line where we should cut our drawing. But one thing is missing, and that is outside of our projection space. We need to refresh here. We need additionally cutting line to create this in a cone shape. Okay, and down here also.
Essentially using the graphical interface, which is ours.
Okay, really nice. And this is actually what we wanted to achieve. Now we have north side of the Earth and south side of the Earth, with the Greenwich's main meridian right at the center. Yeah. And I believe that that was the last step. Okay, draw cutting line, and we can now export it to PDF just as with Mercator projection. I will again export it as vectors because PDF supports vector, and it will be high DPI if you're printing on nice printer. So, and you can take this and cut it and create cones out of it. So I just wanted to show one more thing about bug that I was talking in QGIS, which is specific, but possibly will be fixed in the future. So if I recreate graticules for North Sphere, countries. Okay, I need to go here. And now view output. Okay, now you can see this northern part of the world is wrongly reprojected in the LCC North projection. Instead of having this shape down here, we have a triangle upper, and this is when we have 4 points. Sorry, wrong layer. When we have 4 points of our polygon. But if we densify it, I chose by interval. If we densify it, let's say for every 3 degrees, then it reprojects nicely. Now it has lots of points around, and it reprojects all the points all around instead of only 4 points which are mapped here, 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 and again here. So this is the how to avoid the problem with reprojecting inside QGIS. Okay, that is that. I will now enable my my camera, and I will show you. The printout looks like this, so really nice for the north and south, and this is a A4 format, so you can get the imagination how it will look if you use A4 and for format, and then we can form it into a cone and make these really nice cones, and you can attach strings. It can be also your hat really nicely. So
I love it.
and if you also use this part that I added and put a paper like hammer paper a little bit thicker, and then you can stick 2 of them as one, and create a little cone globe, as I call it, cone globe. And it is really nice, especially interesting for children, I believe. Once again, this design was for the QGIS North Shopping, and we have Sweden and QGIS North Shopping logo. So, but we have one more thing. It's not nice that you must always stick glue around the anti-meridian from the other side of Greenwich. And we can also, with the help of QGIS, we can also change the prime meridian to different location, and then we will have the glue mark on the other side. So we will do this as an additional thing. I will go back.
From the live chat, Reading Geo mentions
Okay.
that the data on the wiki has the geo package, but not the project file. Is the project file not in the geo package?
Yeah, it's in the geo package.
In
Yeah.
the geo package. So Reading Geo, just check that the project file is in fact in the geo package. If it's not, then I'm sure Vedran will check it out and update the project file on the wiki after this session. And then they asked, is there a way to get the PDFs included in the project file as well?
PDFs.
The output PDFs.
Well, no, but you have defined layout. Layout is defined inside the project, and now when I am done with my presentation, let's say, if I save the project and close it and reopen it again, layout will be exactly as it is, intact. And I believe that all custom projections that we are added, that they are stored in the project file as well. So.
Right.
It can be reproducible. So
brilliant stuff. So check that out, Reading Geo, and get back to us.
Yeah. Okay, so I will go back. Okay. I will go back. Can you see my QGIS?
Yes.
Okay. I will clean up these layers. Okay, now I will once again move this map views to a side. So now if you would like to change the central meridian, we have additional step. First, we need to prepare QGIS and add a new latitude longitude definition with the custom prime meridian. So for example, I used 45 degrees and we need to define it inside QGIS. And of course, we need to change Lambert comfort conic definition that it also follows this line. So longitude 0 should be put to 45 degrees. Of course, you can change it to whatever you like, and you can also for the eastern for the south for the western part you will use minus negative number if you would like to go in that direction. So first thing is to once again copy this coordinate system definitions, go to settings, custom projections, and add all three of them. First thing, okay, add another one. I called it LCC North Prime Meridian. Okay. That should be it. But then once again, until bug is fixed, we need to go back and delete the duplicates. Okay. Now we are ready to continue to next step. We need to process geometry for custom central meridian. And sorry, we have one more step here. We need to load pre-processed geometry from GeoPackage. This thing I did not automate. It seems that I forgot, but we will do it really easily. So just use GeoPackage, drag and drop it into the project, and we need to load this layer called World Island. Sorry, Islands. I called it like this because I took the map of the Earth for this purpose of only not countries, but for the land. And every feature is an island by itself, so that's why I called it islands. Then what I did, I fixed the endpoint of the, I believe it's Russian territory, and these islands over here, which were cut before. We can see that if we enable old world countries. Okay, you can see it was cut off here and here also, and this upper part, and over here at the bottom. So now we have this new vector layer I called vector islands, and this geometry originally was cut at the anti-meridian location of Greenwich, but we don't want it to be cutted. We want to cut it at our own location. So now we have complete image except for Antarctica. I did not continue Antarctica all around, because then we would have these weird glitches in QGIS, and then there will be a problem with processing layers. So we can change the projection. We can see this cutoff right here, and it's a really narrow cutoff. So actually there's no gap, because in my layer it goes from end to end, but in this layer there should be a small gap in between. So, but we will fix as soon as we get to our new projection with custom prime meridian. I will go back to 4326, and we must start from this projection. Now, first step is to process geometry for custom central meridian, and this is the geometry that we use as an input. Longitude of central meridian, you can enter it inside here. We will choose 45 degrees and press run. Now, this model made a split at the location of anti-meridian of 45 degrees. So, and it is here, and it is small gap. Now we need to save and fix geometry of Antarctic. That is the next step. First, we need to export layer to disk with specific projection and load it back. For this purpose, we go to export, save as, I will call 45 prime meridian. And you need to choose our custom CRS, and that will be, is it listed here? No. So custom latitude, longitude, prime meridian. That's one that we added. And then we say press OK. And now when new geometry is loaded automatically, since it goes around the Greenwich anti-meridian, then the graphics is corrupted. But this does not bother us. Why? Because we will change now projection to use our own custom latitude longitude, and now the geometries are splitted right at the location where we expect. Okay, and now we have this leftover cutoff on the Antarctica. We need to fix it, but that is now easy. In this new projection, we will use the vertex tool. We need to delete additional vertices. And we need to join these existing vertices to each other. We must use snapping because all decimal points of our geometries must be exact with each other. Okay. And after that, after we have snapped geometry to each other, we need to save this. And then we can run the fix geometries algorithm. I will also enable edit features in place so that algorithm immediately fixes my own layer. So I don't need to now create one new one. Okay. Algorithm is done, and we don't need have a hole in Antarctic at the old location. We have split here, but this does not make a problem because it will not be visible in the print. Now we have a new world map, and we can continue to next step. And the next steps are actually the same as before. We need to prepare the countries. I called it countries, but now it's lands. And this is our input geometry. It will create northern part. And we need to prepare graticules. And for the southern part, the same. Okay, did I choose the good one? It seems that I did. And the last step is obviously to make it a little bit more prettier. I believe that someone who is viewing can make it even more prettier than I have. This is just a demo. Countries and C. So that's basically it. We can now, I will reuse this one. We can create new view. North prime meridian. Oh, it's south, sorry. Rename. Prime meridian. Okay, we can choose now south, and obviously we need to change projection. to so now we have a new map, which,
Live streaming is on.
All good?
okay, we can continue. Do you
Yes.
still see my screen?
I can still see your screen, yes.
Yeah, okay. Now we have stopped here. We have LCC South, and now we will also prepare the same thing for LCC North. So change custom projection to North Prime Meridian. And of course, we need to change theme to different data source. And that's basically it. Now we have a new map that will be stitched along different anti-meridian, and we have our part of the world that we want to show at the central point. And as I've said, you can of course also load some raster data and use it. Sorry, I need to change the view. Okay, you can also use raster data and play with the design as you wish. So it will be really nice to see some other people create new designs that are better and nicer than mine. So this would be really cool, I believe. So that's it, what I have prepared for today. I hope it was interesting. And
Absolutely. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much, Vedran. I really enjoyed the session, and I can't wait to make myself a hat of the Southern Hemisphere.
yeah.
Hi there, Lova. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while.
Hi, Yemi. Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. And hello also, Vedran. It was really interesting, your presentation.
Oh, thank you. So I hope you liked it, and send me your designs if you create one.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yeah.
Lova, I was just taking down some notes here for the community in general. I am keen to get those few documentation updates sorted for the projections, and then of course there was that bug that Vedran mentioned. Vedran, have you reported that bug on the bug tracker, the GitHub?
Yeah. All the bugs are reported. Some of them have been fixed, but not yet implemented in LTR version. I believe in the latest they have been fixed already. And some this reprojecting across anti-meridian is a hard problem. I have contacted Niall, and we're kind of working on the solution, and the professor is happy to help with his math knowledge on projections. So we're working on it. So
brilliant stuff. I'm happy to see that, and perhaps maybe Salma can help us with those documentation updates, I think. Yeah. All right. There was a question on the live chat from Jakob in Ethiopia, but I think it might actually be a question better posed on either the the Telegram chat or the Facebook channel, because it's to do with automatically labeling packages beginning with 001 and then continuing till the edge of the area of interest. I don't know if you have any advice on that, or it's a better question for the wider community.
Yeah. We can. I follow also the Telegram group, so you can share the question. Actually, there was a question a few days ago about this reprojecting that on the graphics that cross anti-meridian. So we have an answer live here today. Recorded. So please explore, everyone who was following, explore the models. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I would be happy to answer why I did what I did. And so I hope it was interesting, and everyone enjoyed the presentation and the workshop especially.
Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much for this wonderful wander down the projection world. Thank you everyone who did tune in. I know there were a lot of people. There was a lot of chat and different people coming in from all over the world, Ethiopia, all the way to Papua New Guinea, etc. So it's really lovely to see the community, and it's really, really wide-ranging reach. The next QGIS Open Day will, of course, be on the last Friday of next month. So that is the last Friday of August. We will line up some more cool talks for you, and hopefully I will see the community there. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, and bye.
Bye.
Alrighty, we're offline. Lots of people just saying thanks on the live stream.
Yeah, really nice. Thank you very much, Amy, once more for